So I always get a lot of questions from friends and family on how to book, or I should say, redeem award fares across a number of airlines. I've been using a bunch of tools over the years, everything from checking direct on the airline website, using a tool called Point.me, which also has a partnership with Amex. I think if you have Amex Platinum, you can get access to the tool for free, although it's limited, I believe, to only airlines that Amex has transfer partnerships with. I would say in the last year or so, maybe several months, I came across a tool called Seats.aero. Fantastic tool. I'm going to go into it here briefly just to kind of show its capabilities, but kind of just recording this for anyone who is looking for an extremely intuitive way to book award travel, and then also just to have it as a record for friends and family who always ask me, so I can just send them this video. What's cool about this is it works across all airlines. It's incredibly fast to search. And all things considered, it's pretty inexpensive. I think it's $9.99 a month or $99.99 a year. Obviously, if you're booking award travel and you are able to book a flight that this tool helped you with, probably pays for itself. It also has alerts and whatnot that I'll kind of briefly dive into. But just wanted to kind of give a quick overview here. So really self-explanatory. I will say what's cool about this tool is that sometimes you're like, I don't know if I can find fare routes from my home airport, and I'm willing to do a repositioning flight. Let's say you live I don't know, Vegas, and Vegas has limited options. Maybe they only fly to London Heathrow, Amsterdam, I think, maybe another spot, but you're recognizing you're going to need to fly to San Francisco, LAX to take a flight to Asia. What's cool is they bundle airports under kind of a custom codes here, or airport codes, if you will. So like you can type in WST for West Coast, which is going to search all major West Coast airports, rather than you having to go in and type SFO, LAX, Denver, all of this. No, just type in WST, and let's say I want to go to, I don't know, Amsterdam. And again, like if you don't know the airport code, you can start to search for it too, right? Like let's say you don't know LHR is London. Well, you can search London and find it there. But let's go back to Amsterdam. Let's say I'm looking for something in, I don't know, May. Let's say I'm like, well, I'm flexible on the date, right? I'm booking award travel. Maybe I'm flexible. I can add plus or minus. Let's just do a week. Can also do filtering here, so I can choose direct flights only, fees, below a certain threshold, minimum available seats. Let's say I'm flying with, a friend. I need 2 seats. I only want to fly certain carriers. And, do you only want business first, business, premium, economy? I usually leave a lot of this blank because I'll show you in a second. It'll show you the award redemptions for all cabins in a nice table view. So there's really no need to do this unless you just don't care to see the other data. When I'm booking award travel, I don't care as much in terms of the airline that I'm flying. Fees, I'll say, really, I tend to find myself using this when flying to London Heathrow, especially on British Air, because you get nailed on those fees. I think American too, or maybe it's actually all airlines. I should know that. But the fees can be like $700, $800, $1,000 each way, and so you might say, hey, like I don't want to, I don't want to drop that sort of money, especially on an award fare. But let's just keep this pretty basic. So I'm gonna do West Coast airports, no additional filtering here, Amsterdam, and click search. So sometimes it says search is too broad. That's because, this is probably searching however many airports, I don't know, let's just say 10 airports. So it's a lot. Remember, across 7 days. So that's a lot of days. So it's going to take a moment here. But what you can start to see is it's already finding, award fares for an economy. And here you go, business. So I'm just sorting, lowest to highest, least to, most points here. And we can see here, Salt Lake City to Amsterdam, May 10th. If I click here, I can see economy fare is 41,000 points, $5.60 in fees with a layover in, looks like Minneapolis. Do business here, 89,000 points plus 1,053. So again, that's where it's like the fees, that's a lot in addition to the points. Although for Delta, that actually doesn't seem or too bad in terms of points. And then no first availability. Let's say you wanted to book that. You can book it right through Virgin or choose alternative. So it takes you right to the site and you're good to go. You can also share this with a friend or if you want or whatnot. Pretty cool. Let's remove this and just search on one day only. See if anything else pops up. It might not. There we go. Okay, so obviously these are a lot more. Turkish SFO to Amsterdam. Looks like either there's an error or there's no fees appearing. I'm guessing the fees are negligible, but obviously that's near doubling in points. But now you get start to see all the options, and maybe you're like, hey, I'll take this economy fare for 41,000 points, $5.60. So it's super nice to be able to see all of the airlines in this view. And again, you can filter. I could say, I only want to fly One World. Maybe you only have American Airlines points or miles, which are hard to come by, right? You have to fly American. Bilt credit card had a transfer like partnership with them for maybe a month or so, or you have to have an Advantage co-branded credit card with Citi. So hard. Alaska also a bit hard. I don't think there's really a lot of transfer partners there. I think it's, again, the Alaska co-branded card with Bank of America, flying Alaska. You kind of get the sense. Whereas, let's say you're a big Amex user. Well, now if I click this, it's only going to show me programs, airlines that have transfer partnerships with American Express. Same thing with Chase, Citi. So this is really nice because you might not have 15 credit cards across, all different providers. And you might say, I'm a Chase person. Great. Click that. You're only going to see options that would allow you to transfer Chase Ultimate Reward points to the airline. Again, maybe you're just like, I don't want to fly any other airline other than Delta. Well, you can just select that. Gets rid of all the other options. Again, we can also go down here. You'd have to research here, but you can also do filtering. So very easy, as you saw, very fast. If you start to, add plus or minus a lot of days, you're going to get probably that warning that says, or error that says search is too broad. So sometimes I just start to peel it back a bit on there. You can also swap for the return flight. And then just to show you that this, really does work, let's see like a SFO to, I don't know, Taiwan. I flew that with a friend last year on Starlux, amazing flight. We actually flew it in April, right around this time. Let's see if there's anything available. Maybe we'll do plus or minus 7 days. Okay. Okay, so we're starting to see some stuff pop up. United SFO to Taipei, business, 100,000 points, $5.60. So, start to see some options there. This should be a direct flight, so maybe we just do direct only there. So there you start to see that. And again, you can see here like Azul, you see the program, but the flight is actually operated by United. So just to keep that in mind is, sometimes when you look at the program, as you might learn when booking through Award Travel, sometimes get you booking award redemptions through a partner airline, part of the Alliance, Star Alliance, One World, SkyTeam is cheaper through a partner airline rather than booking direct. So in this case, it looks like booking through Azul is actually cheaper, although this is a crazy amount of points, but I'm just using it again as an example, than probably booking through United Direct. So just keep that in mind. Although that's also in local, native currency. So you have to do the, exchange rate, currency conversion, and also ideally, use a card with no international fees. And again, this works. I've been showing you international, but let's say you want to do, New York. I don't know. Let's do JFK there. Add 3 days, only direct. Boom. You see this. You can do American to SFO to Newark, 25,000 points. Looks like it's operated by Alaska. Yep, on their 737. There you go, 25,000 points, $5, 60 cents in fees. So again, great tool here. Of course, you could always verify this by going straight to, American's website, looking for these exact fares. Actually, American and Alaska make this very easy. Other airlines too, but they have award calendars where you can simply, open up a month, see exactly like what is the cheapest day, and then book a flight. Obviously subject to availability, but those options exist. What else? I think the other thing worth noting here is alerts. So for the alerts here, you can set up, which is really cool, email or SMS alerts. So if you're like, I really want to go on this trip and I want to be notified immediately when it's available, set up SMS. It's a pro option only, but if you sign up, you have that. What you can do here, and I'll just go to my existing one. So I'm looking for flights right now in June from West Coast airports to London Heathrow. So you can see kind of the date ranges, business and first. But let's just say you want to go, I don't know, Denver. I just call it whatever, Denver to Istanbul because they fly there. I don't care what program. We'll go Denver. Same sort of search functionality as before. IST, date range, any date, specific date. Let's just do, whatever date range you could do. 29th through the 31st. Choose this. Again, advanced filtering, all this sort of stuff here. Set the alert and you will get an email or a text message when availability opens. So set it and forget it. Pretty awesome. Other tools that have taken this approach, like Expert Flyer, if you're looking for like system-wide upgrade availability on American, separate video or conversation. But this is the best tool I've seen for creating these sorts of alerts. Because again, part of the challenge in finding award availability is always having to check the airline website or these systems like every single day or minute by minute. I actually had that happen when I booked a flight to Japan. I guess it was 2 years ago, and it was just luck of the draw and just checking like 2 or 3 times a day on Alaska's website for inventory on Japan Airlines. Had I known about this, I wouldn't have had to, burn an hour or so just cycling through all of the award availability on Alaska's website. There's some other cool stuff here too. You can get, they have a ChatGPT plugin. Haven't really used it. Points cash calculator. This is kind of nice. I would say the points guy actually has one too on their website. This is kind of nice. So to see if you're getting good value, like let's say, your flight's going to cost 250,000 points. Let's just imagine round trip, $500 in fees. But let's say this would otherwise be a $9,000 cash ticket. And, you're just setting points value for your target. That doesn't really impact the actual calculation here. That means you're getting 3.4 cents per point, which is a great, value. So the way you would figure out the cash price, obviously, is this tool isn't going to give you that. Go to just Google flights, flights.google.com, search for the exact same flight, find the flight number and just see what is the one-way or round trip cash price. There you go, plug it in and gives you a good sense, like, should you be using points, right? Like if this was, $1,500 for a business class ticket, that'd be amazing. And you're also going to burn $500 in taxes and fees and drop 250,000 points. You can see like that's not a great, redemption. So this just helps you quickly determine that. They also have a seat map viewer. This is really cool. I've been actually starting to use this more than Seat Guru. It's exactly what it sounds like. Lets you view seat map on a bunch of different flights. Fare class viewer. All these different things, super nice, little features to have here. If you fly United, plus points, finder and whatnot. But yeah, I just wanted to kind of go over this tool quickly. I've found a ton of value out of it so far. I've also set up some alerts in the past for friends and family, which is great to be able to, if they're looking to book a flight and they can't find something, then to be able to tell them, hey, something opened, kind of also makes you seem like you're always checking for them, but you can just set up an alert. And yeah, hopefully this video helps. If they update, make any major updates to the platform, I might record a new one. I saw they actually have this hotels.aero. I have not really played around with it much, but I'm wagering a guess that it pulls in, ward availability for hotels. So like if you're looking to book Hyatt, Hilton, Marriott, however you pronounce it, I'm guessing it'll do something similar. I almost always default in that case to Hyatt because the ward redemption is just so much better than, Hilton or Marriott, generally speaking. But again, it sounds like they might be coming out with a tool for that there. And yeah, any questions, drop them in the comments, or if I'm sending this to you directly, you know where to reach me, but hope this helps.